world is abundant in love. It is. Yes, it is. It all depends on what? All depends on the eyes that you're seeing through. The eyes that you're seeing through is creating your vision of the world. And most people need a little cleaning of the lenses, as they say, those eyes, so that they can see the love that's right in front of them. It's right there. Right? Okay. So, let's read this section. We'll break it down. Just sit and listen. If things come up for you, we'll answer questions and see what happens. Okay? All right, here we go. Love is freedom. Take a deep breath. Love is freedom. Now, when A Course in Miracles, when he mentions love, it's not specifically romantic love. First of all, love is something that cannot be explained. Course in Miracles says that the only thing that can really happen for you is to begin to remove the blocks to the presence of love in your life, right? So right there, that definition right there gives you a clue why love is freedom, because what we do is we have these blocks to love. That is our anger, our judgment, our anger, our condemnation, our guilt, our sacrifice, our needing things to be different, the not accepting of anything. All of those are blocks, and I would say that in quotes, blocks to experiencing the presence of love. So what happens when blocks fall down? You are free. You are free. And what happens is that, this is what I've seen in my work, in my life, is that most people, if they're on a spiritual awakening path, most people are trying their best to attain some kind of freedom, some kind of a state that feels like this. And if that's the kind of state that you're looking for, then we need to do the work to start to remove those blocks. This is what A Course in Miracles helps to do. But right now, he's stating very clearly that love is freedom. Let's keep going. To look for it, meaning love, by placing yourself in bondage is to separate yourself from it. Now, this is a big one. To look for, I'm going to say love, by placing yourself in bondage is to separate yourself from it. Now, of course, how do we place ourselves in bondage? We give our power away. We allow others to control us. We do not know the truth of who we are. We know what to do and we don't do it. We stay angry. We continue to try to be right. These are all ways of placing ourselves in bondage. Why would we do that? Why would we place ourselves in bondage? Because there's this thing called the egoic mind, the ego from the Course in Miracles. And the ego, or the egoic mind, is doing its best to make sure that you do not experience love. You do not experience what's already here. So we're looking for love. This is the old 80s song, looking for love in all the wrong places. We're looking for love. First of all, let me say this. If you're looking for love, then you're already on a path that is a doomed path. Why do I say it's a doomed path? Because looking for love immediately says, you don't have it. It's not here. I have to try to find it. I have to go get it through a relationship. I have to get it through people's approval. I have to get it through my own approval. Now, this is a big one. I have to get it through my own approval. I have to get it through my career. I have to get it through, there's nothing wrong with any of these things. You hear me very clearly. I have to get it through service to others. I have to get it by tithing. I have to get it by giving money, tithing, aka tithing. So you're immediately looking for love in all the wrong places. Course in Miracles says only love is real. Only love is real. And when only love is real, why do you need to go look for it? Why do you need to go searching for it? Does that make sense? You're immediately on a doomed path when you go, I got to find love. You don't have to find love. Like I said, you have to do the work to uncover the blocks to love's presence that's already here. Take a deep breath. To look for love by placing yourself in bondage is to separate yourself from it. For the love of God no longer seeks for union in separation, nor for freedom in bondage. For the love of God no longer seeks for union in separation, nor for freedom in bondage. The love of God, you can replace the word God if you would like to, the love of the universe, the love of life itself, the love of dog, I don't care. But that love that is always here, that is never ending, that will always, always, always be here, that love does not seek to unite with you through any kind of separation. So, if you have decided that there's love over there and I'm over here, then immediately you're not getting it. You're not getting it. Think about all the ways that self-help and some spirituality tries to tell you that if you just do this and this and this and this, you will find love. Whatever happens to be, doesn't matter. The Course in Miracles is saying you don't really have to do anything. You don't have to do anything, really, because everything's already perfect exactly the way it is. But we don't see it yet. We're not experiencing that love. We are in a place where we're full of judgment, we're full of anger, we're full of over-analyzing ourselves, all this stuff. This is all happening all the time. When in the Course of Miracles, he'd say, well, why don't you just be love? Sounds simple, but the most simple thing is not always the easiest thing. Capiche? Take a deep breath. If you're new here, I would say to take a deep breath to bring you back to the present, to bring you back right here, bring you back right here. The world is abundant in love. It is. Yes, it is. It all depends on what? All depends on the eyes that you're seeing through. The eyes that you're seeing through is creating your vision of the world. And most people need a little cleaning of the lenses, as they say, those eyes, so that they can see the love that's right in front of them, that's right there. Right? Okay, let's finish. This is a short one today, but we're still 20 minutes in, so it's okay. I'm gonna read the whole thing up to now. Love is freedom. To look for it by placing yourself in bondage is to separate yourself from it. For the love of God no longer seeks for union in separation, nor for freedom in bondage. You cannot be free if you're in bondage. Duh. As you release, so will you be released. Forget this not, or love will be unable to find you and comfort you. This is the big part of this whole paragraph. As you release, so you will be released. What does that mean? You release your judgments. You release your need to be right. You release your issues. You release everything. Especially, now I'm saying this because A Course in Miracles will bring this up over and over and over, especially releasing your brothers and sisters. Because they're not doing it right. They should have been like this. My mother you're still holding some kind of a judgment against your mother, against the world, against politics, against the weather, against anything. When you release, you will be released. And this is the truth. This is kind of the key to forgiveness. When you let your judgments down and say, that's it, I'm done, I'm not doing that anymore, guess what? You feel a sense of what? Release or relief. Now, some of you know, because you've been following me for a while, I always say this, and this is a good prescriptive, it's just prescriptive. The vibration or the feeling of relief, like, is the vibration of God. I'm going to say that again. The feeling or the vibration of relief is the vibration of God. This proves it. When you release others, you feel relief. When you really do. Even if you have a little holding on still. It's a little like, have I really released them? But when you really release, you have the feeling of relief. Make sense? Forget this not. Forget this not. As you release, you will be released. Or love will be unable to find you and comfort you. It's a very interesting thing. Why would love not be able to find you? This is kind of poetic license because, of course, love is always here. Love is not looking for you. You won't be able to find love, really. You won't be able to sense the love that's already here if you're still holding grievances, if you're still judging yourself, you're judging others. Give it up. Give it up. Remember, love is freedom. You're not going to be free if you're holding on, clutching to old ideas of what you think you should be, what you think they should be, what you think you shouldn't be. All of that stuff is a way, this poetically says it, for love to be unable to find you. Take a deep breath. Love is freedom. Love is freedom.